So, a little thing about me is I change my appearance quite often. I love customizing my character. So, I thought it was about time that I needed to redesign my little avatar because I don't look like that anymore. And I kind of decided, since a few months have passed since I've drawn the avatar I'm using right now, that I could just compare kind of the two avatars and see how I've improved as an artist and see if there's any differences, even though it's only a couple months. So yeah, let's just get into it. So I started out vaguely having an idea. I mean, I know I'm just supposed to draw myself, but I didn't really quite know where to go with it. So I just started out with kind of like a basic face. And kind of just tried to see how I could change it from there. But I was kind of struggling, and by kind of, I mean definitely struggling, because, yeah, it just, the drawing was not coming out right. Like, I don't know, something, my hand was not doing what my brain was telling it to do. And of course, it was probably because I didn't do an undersketch or have any kind of structure. I was just kind of going straight into line art, which, of course isn't always the best idea. But hey, I was doing something. I was kind of in a rush for whatever reason. I don't remember why. Probably because I thought it wouldn't take long, so I left it to the last minute. But whatever. So I'm definitely struggling, and as you can see, my computer was doing this, it started doing this weird glitch where I would do the brush and it would leave these giant globs, they would glitch into whatever stroke I did, and my computer has continued having that glitch occasionally, and I don't know what it is, but you just have to wait a minute or two and then it'll go back to normal. I don't know what that is, but it was kind of freaking me out, and it was kind of annoying because I was like, I kind of need to get this done, but whatever. But basically, as I said at the beginning, I customize my character a lot. So my and in past drawings, in past videos, you've seen that I actually had longer ginger hair, and yes, that was true. So the first little drawing I did of me in my first video on this channel was actually supposed to be my avatar, but then, and I actually drew that preemptively for getting a haircut. And I was drawing myself with my new haircut. Then I got the haircut and everything was fine, and then I changed again, and I dyed my hair blue like it is in my avatar now, and cut it short like it is in my avatar now. So, but this was all, I did a lot of those drawings before I ever started posting the YouTube videos. So I was kind of in a rush drawing this avatar that you saw me use now, because I was gonna start posting the videos and I didn't have a current avatar of myself because I'd changed since then. And yeah. So, and of course that's, the changes didn't end there. So after that, my hair kind of grew out, and I every month I would grow it out a little, cut it different, grow it out a little, cut it different. So every month I would have a different haircut, and I had the blue for a while, I'd say 2 or 3 months. But then I was I need something else, so I actually dyed it purple, and it was kind of long then, and I got it cut into a little thing. It was really cute, really fun. But then I obviously, I only had the purple for about a month because my main goal was to get to red. So I then dyed my hair red, and that was fun. Love that. Oh, and then I also got a new piercing, 2 piercings on my ears. Yeah, and then it was then I got another haircut. It basically, that's just like my long-winded story of basically if not every month, every other month, I change something about my appearance. Like, I generally only keep a hair color for like a couple months at most, because I love changing this stuff. I mean, it's just fun, and I can do it, so why not? Yeah, and as you can kind of see in the speed draw, I wasn't liking my kind of unstructured, just trying to draw straight into the line art like type of drawing, so I pulled in a sketch that I'd done of myself in my sketchbook, and I was just kind of tracing over that, doing the line art over that, and I was kind of, it was going okay. I definitely think, I don't know, it was kind of like, I was in like a weird style transition type phase when I did this drawing, so that wasn't really generally the way I draw eyes, I just happened to in that drawing. And this drawing, obviously, you know, I'm telling you how I've changed my appearance. This drawing was actually like, I guess that would be, I think it was in March, actually. It was right before I posted my first video. So that was like, I don't know, a lot of months ago, but not a year. So I'm not gonna do the math on that. I'm not gonna count. Yeah, don't put me under that pressure. But yeah, so I think I'll definitely, and like I consistently draw like every week, like in my sketchbook, and then like occasionally, like, or not occasionally, like every week in my, you know, on my computer, like digitally, I consistently draw. So like I think I'll have made some type of progress. I think there will be a difference. I don't know, because I do draw very often, and I do like kind of struggle with like keeping a certain style. Well, I wouldn't say that. I would just say I definitely have different style phases. It's just they happen rather quickly, much like my hair phases and stuff. 'Cause I just change like the way I draw things so quickly and like adapt so quickly, and since I'm drawing so much, it just happens so fast. But you can definitely see like the different eras of how I would draw people like kind of took place. And I wanted to make my avatar look as me as possible, you know, me in quotation marks, like by adding the little freckles or moles that I have, and then like I wanted to add in my face scars, just because I thought like I know I could make like a little, you know, cartoon version of myself, and it doesn't have to look exactly like me, but I just thought like the blank skin, I didn't feel like it quite was true to me. I guess, I don't know, I just wanted in the extra details even though it was cartoony. And I do tend to lean more towards thicker line art, just because I do like more of a cartoony feel. And I don't know, I just like the way it looks. And yeah, as you can see, I also, you know, I drew myself in like a black outfit because I do like to wear a lot of black. I mostly try to wear black, but I don't wear it all the time. Like I do like color every now and then, or like color accents with black every now and then. But I do like, goth things. But yeah, I think I did pretty good, on my current avatar. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have used it. But, and I'm just noticing the little shine on the eyes. That's kind of cute, actually. But, yeah, you can see me adding in the details I was talking about earlier. This was I definitely can tell that I drew this. It feels like me. And I'm not sure. We'll just have to see, what the sort of difference is to, the new drawing, because I haven't really compared them yet. But I did this one in, like, quickly. It didn't take me too long to do this. I just rushed through it for no reason, but, whatever. Yeah, obviously, you know what this one looks like, so let's go look at the other one. I started this one and I was also in a rush. This one I did do like an undersketch to kind of like block out where the figure would be on the little canvas. And I don't know why I'm always in a rush when I'm drawing my avatars. Like, it's because I know why. It's because when I meant to post the video of my avatar, it was originally just supposed to be this first half of the speed draw of me drawing my avatar, but then I was like, I've changed so much, I need to add on a part where I actually change my avatar to what I actually look like. So I wasn't planning on doing a drawing, adding an extra drawing to my week, like, because I had other drawings that I was doing, so this was an extra one. But I feel like it would be weird to like not fix it, and like especially when people in my real like art school life can't follow me online, and they're like, they haven't said anything, but they know I have red hair and they see the blue hair, and I just feel like I need to fix it. I already feel like I'm doing better on the avatar. I did make use of the half and half ruler this time. Thank God for that. I had it last time, but I just didn't use it for some reason. But yeah, I used it this time, and thank God. I didn't necessarily need it. Obviously I can't draw faces without the 50-50 ruler, but it just made the drawing go faster. Yeah, I think, oh yeah, Grinch looking smile. Grinch looking, oh my gosh. Yeah, I could not figure out this mouth. But yeah, I think I'm already doing better on this drawing than the other drawing. As you'll notice, I tried to do thinner line art on this, and I don't really do that, as I said before. But spoiler for future drawings, but I had been experimenting a lot for, some of my recordings, and I was just like, let me just keep experimenting. I want to see what, thin line art would look like with me drawing. So that's what I did. At this point, I'm not quite sure how I feel about it, but I can tell it doesn't look bad. Yeah, it's definitely, there are pros and cons to both thick line art and thin line art. Like, in thin line art, sometimes, like, when you zoom in and you have to, like, erase a part of it, it's, like, borderline pixel art because it's thin and stuff. But then in thicker line art, it's hard to keep, like, a consistent line weight, because if you, like, erase part of it unevenly, then there's, like, a dip in it, and, pros and cons to both. But yeah, and my first avatar, or I guess it's not my first, but the one that I used at the beginning of the video with the blue hair was drawn sort of in winter, so I drew myself in like sort of a sweatshirt, and in this one it's still kind of hot outside, so I drew myself in a tank top, and yeah, it's transitioning to fall, but who cares, I wanted to draw myself in a tank top. Yeah, and I wanted to do something different, obviously, for my earrings and stuff, because, you know, obviously I try not to wear the same earrings every day, even though I have like 4 piercings on each side. But oh yeah, and you know, I had the new piercing, so I wanted to just add new jewelry overall. But yeah, the rulers were so helpful, but sometimes they would work and sometimes they wouldn't. I don't know what it was. Like, I also had to figure out like how to like show the ruler, but like you could be on other layers and still use the same ruler, so that you wouldn't have to like redraw the ruler and like risk you know, like putting the ruler in the wrong place and then the other layers are off than the main layer and blah blah blah, you know. And you saw me referencing my past avatar to like add in the freckles, because yes, technically there is a mirror next to my desk that I could have just looked in, but who has the time to actually look at themselves? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, and then I'm just kind of adding in some random or like sketchy freckles moles on my arms, because there are so many on my arms. Like, there aren't a lot on my face, but neck down, it's just like I'm just covered in freckles. So there would be no point in me trying to look in the mirror and like place all of them exactly in the exact spot like I did on my face, because they're literally just everywhere. There would be no point. But yeah, that's me trying to draw my necklace that I bought at like a antique store. It's like a jade necklace. I love jade and I love like green stones because, you know, they're lucky and stuff. And this is me drawing my hair, you know, when it was kind of longer, but still short. You know, it was short but long, medium, I don't know, and red. And I didn't use the ruler for this because no one's hair is same on the both sides, whatever, you know. But as I'm doing this, I'm realizing, wait a minute, like, I'm actually getting a haircut in a couple of days. Yeah, so I just kind of stopped. Like, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I just kind of tried to, I was like finishing the hair-ish, and I was like, but I'm getting a haircut in a couple of days. I can't, like, there's no way. Like, there's no way. So I kind of, you know, finish with the current hair that I have. Not current now, but current then. And, like, you know, just to see what it looks like and, you know, kind of finish the other details, and we're just kind of like pretending that I don't have the knowledge that I'm getting a haircut in a couple of days. And I'm just like, I debate adding in my glasses, because I didn't in my blue-haired avatar, just, I don't know, just cause, but in this one I debated adding it. And I like drew them out to fully see how they would look, but it was giving very much Harry Potter. Like, if Harry Potter was punk, basically. And that's me trying to figure out how to draw the nose because I can't decide. But I don't know. I left them on to like see how I felt, kind of visited the other details, just trying to clean everything up. But I just couldn't get the image out of like Harry Potter. I know it's like the round lenses, but I'm like, I don't know. Oh, and then that's why this video is like a week or so later than, usually I have some type of schedule. But I waited, got the haircut, then finished the drawing as I'm doing now with my new haircut, and then editing, and then yeah, so that I would actually have like a current accurate avatar. But of course, I'm gonna just grow my hair out next, so I'll have to update it eventually in a few months or something anyways. But and I love adding those little, I forgot what it's called, I forgot what the word for those are, but those little the little doing of the little hair, I love adding those, like in different shaped ones for different characters. I love adding those, so I just think they're so cute. And this was me realizing I made the hair a little too small for like the skull, so I made it a little bigger. But yeah, and I made myself a little too long because I needed to get in that little tip of the little thing, the little ding, whatever. Then I'm coloring it in, and I'm like, oh, because this is how I normally do it. I color it in, then I get my erase the edges, erase around the line art brush, and I just set the line art as a reference layer, and I use it, and it's like, oh, it's okay. But I forgot I made this a vector image in like vector layers, so the brush didn't freaking work. You have no idea the erasers I had to test to like figure out how to erase normally on like a vector layer without it like taking out a whole random section. And so I had to just erase all this by hand, and then that's right there, like the ruler just randomly came on and started erasing on both sides again when it was only erasing on one side earlier, so it wasn't erasing the other side, and it would have saved me time, but it didn't, so I had to do both sides by hand instead of just doing the one side. But then on the hair, when I actually just needed it on the one side and not both sides because it's not even, because that's not realistic, then it started erasing on both sides, so then it was erasing the parts that didn't need to be erased, and it was like, what? It was just a little frustrating. Whatever. I'm adding in the blush, the freckles, and I made sure on my arms to add in the different opacities of freckles, because there's different opacities of freckles. Then I'm like doing the shading, blah blah blah, and I just like did like a multiply layer for this, which I wasn't planning on doing because I've kind of moved past that as like my method of shading, but that's what I did on my other avatar, so I was like, oh, why not, I'll just use the same color, whatever. I do like the shading on this one a bit more. It just gives more structure, I think, to the face, and like I do have a bit of collarbone showing, so it gave definition to my body. And that's me adding in the red. And of course I'm having to like color everything in by hand, but I did clip everything to like the skin layer. I colored everything the skin color. I did clip everything to that, so I wouldn't have to like do around the edges again, thankfully. But of course they didn't do anything for the interior, so whatever. And yeah, I decided to use the same kind of colors that I had picked in my original avatar, because why not? I mean, it's not like my eye color has changed, so and I yeah, I made the rest of my jewelry also green, because, you know, I just, even though I don't necessarily have small green hoops, I wanted them in the drawing, because, you know, I love the lucky, the jade. I do have larger kind of jade looking earrings, hoops, I mean, whatever, that's not necessary information, but whatever. And then I'm just kind of coloring in the necklace, and the black I chose looks kind of bluish, and it's very similar in tone to the green, but it literally was black. I don't know why it was so similar, but I was just like, oh, whatever, no one's gonna be looking that hard, and I don't really care that much, so, you know, it's not that big of a deal, so I just kept it. And then, you know, I tried to make the shirt a bit lighter or darker, I can't remember, but it was still pretty close in tone to the stuff on the necklace, so you can't really see those little black beads over the shirt, but whatever. And then I tried to make the collar an even lighter black, and that definitely looked different than the other blacks, but whatever. You know, but not much. And then I think I'm like gonna color in the line art, or not all of it, but in some places. I was originally gonna color in all the line art, you know, according to what part of the drawing it was, but I actually really liked the maroon kind of line art, because it kind of went with the warm tones of the skin and like my hair. So I was just like, oh, I kind of like it, I might keep it. But of course, like, the line art of like the shirt I turned black, and the line art of like the earrings I turned gold and stuff. But everything else was kept pretty much the same. Even my glasses, they're not actually maroon lenses, they're silver, but I wanted to keep the maroon line art because I just thought it looked nice. Oh, and that's me fixing the little part on the eye. If anyone was worried about that, don't worry, I fixed it. Without the ruler on, of course. For some reason the ruler wouldn't freaking work when I wanted to do that, you know, so I had to do them both by hand, but whatever. Basically, there's the finished thing, and I like it. And the differences, I think, well, basically, I think there is like quite a difference. I mean, not only the obvious difference of like I used thin line art in the red-haired version and thick line art in the blue-haired version, but I think, I don't know, I think I've definitely like improved. I mean, obviously the art style is a bit different, and it's expected because, you know, like I said, my art style tends to change quite often. But I think I have improved because if you noticed, drawing, you know, the face for the original blue-haired avatar, I struggled a bit more than I did with the red-haired one. When I sat down to do the red-haired one, I just like I didn't even really do an undersketch, actually. I just kind of blocked in like a little goopy stick figure thing, to like block out where it would be on the canvas, and then I just kind of drew it. And I don't know, I remember how I felt drawing both of them, and I don't know, the red-haired one just seemed to feel like easier. I don't know, it just like came out, whereas like the blue one, it was kind of hard to like pull it out, and I don't know. I definitely think I've improved. I know I said that before, but I'm just trying to like get across the point that like I feel like positive about both of them, but that I also feel positive that, like, I'm moving in the right direction, or, like, drawing consistently is paying off, basically. And it's good to, like, see that, even though it's, like, a small drawing. I didn't spend much time on either of them, obviously, because it's just drawing a little person. But even in, like, small drawings like these, it's, I don't know, it feels good to, like, compare my current art to my past art, and I don't feel, like, bad about my past art in any sort of way, because, you know, that it's just part of the process, and I don't feel that it's bad in any way, my past art. And I feel like my line confidence has improved. I feel like in my blue-haired piece, my line confidence, it was sort of there, but not quite all the way. Like, there was some hesitation in my strokes and line work. But in the red-haired piece, I think I have a lot of line confidence. And I don't feel like there was much hesitation at all. And I shaded kind of in sort of the same places, but also not. Obviously there's, like, you know, style differences where I draw the nose and ears a bit different, but not necessarily better anatomically, just more, that's more of a style change. But I don't know. I like both of them, and I'm glad that I am improving. And, you know, not that I was planning to stop drawing consistently, but it just reassures me that drawing consistently is paying off. I know that was a lot of rambling about 2 little drawings of myself, but, you know, I'm allowed to do that. It's my channel. But yeah. So I think that's basically all that I have the thoughts on, you know, the 2 little drawings, because, I mean, it is like a small sort of sample, and maybe in a future video I can, you know, take into account larger samples of work from, you know, March versus August, but, you know, that's for later, and whatever. I had fun, so bye guys, that's kind of all. Bye.